So I've got a replay here of a Centurion game on Prokhorovka. Pretty decent game. Not hugely outstanding, but not a bad one either. King Tut's in his M53-55. Possibly the most ridiculous high tier arty in the game. Definitely the best now. Hardest support is E50. Hardest is going to shoot from the middle of the map around E6 while I spot the hill from E0. Enemy KV4 is bitching about his tank. I don't think it's the tank that's the problem. I think it might be the driver. Especially if he takes it in spots like that. So I'm heading straight towards the hill. The Wheezy 111 is coming up as well. T69 gets spotted on the rails being an idiot. I take a quick shot. I'm spotted, but there's nothing in position to shoot at me. So I take another quick shot at the KV4. He gets killed by the Wheezy next to me. So for now I'm just trying to spot things as they move into the village. Wheezy 111 spots some tanks on the hilltop and immediately gets dunked by them. How, I'm not sure, since the Wheezy 111 has decent armor. I tell him to fall back down the hill, which he begins to do. And I decide I will handle the hilltop since I actually have gun depression. So I head over towards where he is. I see the enemy medium tanks being a nuisance in the middle. But they're out of my render range, so there's nothing I can really do about them just yet. I do move towards the center of the map to try and get render on them, but unsuccessfully, because they're not spotted. Finally, Hardest moves up to the right of them, and I get a shot into the T44 and backs off, as any sensible person would. Hardest takes a big hit for hopping up and spotting them, and the T69 and AMX is still out of my render distance, so I start working the top of the hill instead. Get shot into that IS-3. Did have render on the T69 for a moment there, but he just drove back out of it. So I decide to actually push the hill a bit. Carelessly stopped in the open here. I'm actually lucky the enemy didn't push anything over the top, or that would have cost me badly. Wheezy's still sitting back. Our FCM50T is in the most useless imaginable position, but I'm not surprised because he's terrible. So I see the Indian here. I have the impression something's behind him, but I push him anyway. Just because I want to win this flank in a hurry. And sure enough, he's got a friend. Now, I really fucked up here. Not only did I choose the wrong target, I also traversed my gun the wrong way for some reason and wasted time. With that said, I did actually survive my encounter with the Rheinmetall. So I try and work my way around him, where I can use my gun depression to get a shot on him without being hit, and quickly peek over. He misses. I don't want to race his reload because I don't actually know how long it is, and I also don't want to be sitting still in case the arty manages to land a shell on me. Hardest is starting to clean up the middle. I go for another shot on this guy, but I rushed my shot horribly and missed completely. Wasn't watching the terrain there. So the enemy E75 and Jagdpanther start pushing me. I managed to get a good lower plate shot into the E75. At this point we basically won. We control about 2/3, maybe 3/4 of the map. This E75 will be dealt with shortly enough. All I'm waiting on is for the rest of our team to start participating in the battle, since so far it's been my platoon doing all the work. Our useless FCM decides maybe he will move up after all, after the enemy's already been defeated. So I'm worried here that this T-69's charging me. I figured I was dead for sure, but I managed to get lucky. And with that, I'm safe for now. I just pushed towards the enemy base, hoping to get the shot in on the arty. IS is lit outside my render range on the other side of the map. I was going to go for the shot on him until that gets lit, and never snapshot. It's not worth it. Terrible miss. And the IS is killed before I can get another shot off. So, pretty standard Cent 7-1 game. Go to hill, hold down, proceed to murder everything, pretty much. I did make a couple mistakes, but I was able to get away with it, both because of good artillery support in the form of a platoon mate playing the 53-55, and just bad enemies who didn't know how to use their tanks.